Hi, I'm Lippy.
And I'm Grumpy. Together, we're Lippy and Grumpy Do Podcasting.
In this episode, we have our highlights from a particularly trying year.
Happy New Year, Lippy.
Happy New Year!
Yes, 2021 at last.
Do you know, let's hope it's better.
Very, very true. But we'll maintain the 3 rules of this podcast, which is no COVID, no politics, and no bad language.
Oh. Okay, let's try. I
have to start this week's with an apology.
Oh.
I do. We sent out a few social media messages, courtesy of the Dave channel, about Die Hard and starting it at 9:57 and 32 seconds on Christmas Eve.
You did that, didn't you?
We did that, and I was mortified, absolutely mortified, when Hans Gruber fell off the Nakatomi Tower at 11:55.
Oh no. You must have been watching it knowing that was coming though and being like, it's very soon for this to be this close to that event.
Absolutely. It's that last scene with John McClane, apparently gunless. And I'm looking at my watch thinking, there's no way this is 10 minutes.
No
way at all. So I jumped onto Facebook and found the post that I'd seen previously and thought I'd better write a message on here to find out that many people already had.
Yeah.
And somebody had even got into why it was the case, and he reckoned it was because we play videos at 25 frames a second as opposed to 24 frames a second in the US. So although the eye and the brain doesn't detect any difference over a 2-hour film, it
does take off those 5 minutes.
Well, possibly, who knows? And I thought, shall I try and work it out, and then didn't. So,
I mean, it was the Christmas break. There's not a lot of thinking going on during that time, is there?
Well, clearly not. No. So who knows? So if you took our advice and started it at 9:57 and 32 seconds, I apologise. We were led astray.
Yes.
So we were going to look back on a slightly unusual year and pick out some interesting bits and pieces that made the year for us, avoiding all the other chaos and
attempting to.
No, we will. No,
we will.
We will ignore it, or I'll edit it out. One of the two.
I was going to say the highlights of my year have involved a lot to do with the situation we're not allowed to talk about.
Yes, indeed. But you have managed a career change, which is for the better.
Definitely.
Well, I would start with calling this the year of the pyjama.
Yes.
I don't think I've ever worn pyjamas as much as I have this year.
And it's been the best thing ever.
Well, they're very comfy, I have to say. Jeans,
I hate them now. They are so... Why are they so tight on my belly that has grown over the year?
Yes, I'm not going to answer that.
But sitting down in jeans is not comfortable.
No.
Compared to your jammies.
Jammies or sweatpants or jogging bottoms or whatever it is. So, yes, Chinese year of the pyjama.
Oh, yes, definitely. It's also the year of the blame game, isn't it? Not blame game as such, but very much the slogan, oh, why not? It's 2020.
Yes, well, it is
has come into play.
Yes, it's an excuse for all sorts of odd bits of behaviour.
Have a drink at 11 o'clock in the morning on a Wednesday. It's 2020. You can do it.
You can do that, and why not? Unfortunately, it's also, we've discovered the mindset, if you don't agree with me, you're an idiot. Which leaves no space for discussion or taking anybody else's points of view as an opinion. And I think that's really sad, and it does upset me a lot when I see it. It's just wrong. Not respecting one another, and the fact that there are other opinions and views out there.
Well, there's always been people like that anyway, but the use of social media has increased dramatically this year because you can't go and see your friends as much or go out as much. You do have that extra time on your phone. So those people have had more time to, you know.
But that's exactly it.
Yeah.
It's exactly the... Yes, and I don't understand why people find the need to pick fights with others over things. It's
It seems so strange.
It does seem strange, and I think they feel they're anonymous. They possibly wouldn't do it face to face.
Oh no!
And certainly not in that tone of voice, so to speak. But, hopefully it will stop. I hope common sense will start to prevail and people will try and be just a bit nicer to one another.
Yeah, especially after the whole of 2019, there was so much of this be kind, you don't know what people are going through, and there were so many people that seemed to be behind that, and now, as of 2020, everyone seems to have forgotten.
Well, it happens very quickly. The sad passing of Caroline Flack. Within a week, somebody in our office, in the same 2 sentences, said how sad it was and we shouldn't be bullying, and then went on to slag somebody off. And you just think, that's not right. You're saying what's on current trend, but actually your behaviour is very different. So anyway, that's all the negativity out of the way.
Done. Over.
Done. Absolutely. So first astounding fact from 2020, Chuck Yeager, who was a US fighter pilot ace, and a test pilot, died at 97. How could he do what he did? He fought in World War II, Korean War and the Vietnam War. He'd had monumental mishaps in planes and survived.
That's crazy.
It is incredible. The only thing I can think is that he was just an unbelievably good pilot. So you might say he had good luck, but some of the incidents he's had where he's completely lost control of the plane and then landed it. Crazy. In one piece. Amazing.
That is skill.
It is skill.
Pure
Absolutely skill. Yes, and he even did a bit of acting. He was he made a cameo appearance in The Right Stuff, which was a 1983 film. So he had another career after. He did pretty much. And there was video games made where he consulted on them.
Oh, well, like flying ones?
Yeah, fought in World War II. And he's consulting on video games. I mean, the guy's a legend.
That's quite an impressive span, because a lot of people that age probably couldn't consult on a video game.
No, he was...
Let alone play or even really know what they are.
Yes, indeed. Well, maybe he didn't. He just pitched up and they asked him some questions.
Yeah.
I suspect that's not the case.
How realistic is this?
Yes, absolutely. This is the first year I've ever taken out annual travel insurance.
You didn't.
I did, because we had lots of trips planned.
That's so funny.
It is hilarious.
Oh my God, I didn't know that. That's actually hilarious.
Well, because we had a few trips lined up, it worked out cheaper to do that.
Yeah.
And ironically, I had an email from the travel company this week saying, would you like to renew it? I don't think so.
Well, not yet. We'll wait and see.
No. I didn't get value for money from the last one.
Who did you book it through? Because if you booked it through Compare the Market...
No, it was done direct with a company.
You would have got a year of 2-for-1 meals and cinema tickets that you wouldn't have been able to use either.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, to be honest, travel insurance is so cheap.
Yeah, it astounds me when people don't get travel insurance. It's like £5 for one trip, and you just don't have to worry about if anything goes wrong.
Well, maybe I ought to take it out again, because we've got a few of the trips that were postponed will be in 2021. Hopefully, yes, absolutely, hopefully. Yes. Including Classic Le Mans, which, yes, fingers crossed for. We thought we were going to go, but not unsurprisingly, it was pulled.
Dragged on and on.
Yes, yeah, I did a bit. So the other thing I did, that again was postponed from early in the year, was a scrap metal welding course, which was joyous. It was just so much fun. I loved every minute of it. And there's something about the noise and the smell of MIG welding that is sort of a bit of a happy place for me.
Oh, I don't know. MIG welding sounds dodgy.
It's not dodgy. Why would it be
It doesn't
dodgy?
sound like it'll make a nice smell. MIG welding.
Oh, it does. There's a smell of hot metal and...
Oh, no.
Yeah, it's very nice. And that crackle as it applies. Well, when you apply it properly. If it's spitting all over the place, then it's not a good job.
Not right.
No, so hopefully I'm going to be pursuing a bit more of that.
But you've made some very impressive looking lamps.
Yes, indeed. Well, there should be more of that. Fortunately, I managed to get to an auto jumble and picked up quite a few old bits. And I've been sourcing some on eBay as well, which is quite useful for bits of scrap. So yeah, hopefully some stuff will come out in the not too distant future.
Well, maybe you're where I get my little artsy crafty side from.
Maybe.
Just mine's more sewing and painting.
Yes, rather than blasting holes in bits of metal with an oversized MIG welder. But, we'll see. But that was very good. That was Bristol, a company called WTF Workshops, which stands for Women That Fabricate. Run by two ladies who are both very small in stature, so all the benches are really low. So I ended up kneeling quite a lot of the time, which was a bit odd. But they're brilliant. They were teaching brazing and all sorts of stuff. And you can go there for a day, rummage through their scrap pile, and they'll help you build
stick
something.
Things together.
Yeah, stick things together. It was brilliant fun. And I met a couple on there from, I think they were from Essex, and they spend their weekends doing different courses. They'll travel all over the country
and just try lots of different things.
Try lots of things. What a great idea!
Yeah, that is a really good idea.
Really good idea.
Give some things a go.
Yeah, because you might find something you absolutely love.
And if they're doing it together, then it's a nice hobby.
Yeah,
for them,
they were staying in a B&B.
A little weekend away.
Yeah, a little weekend away. Absolutely cracking.
I like that idea.
Yeah, I mean Bristol's quite a nice place to be. So
we managed to get a nice little trip into Bristol for our anniversary this year. You know, snuck it in there just after we came out of the L word.
Yes, we're not going to mention that. The other L word, of course, is long hot summer, which we did have.
We had such a long hot summer. I got a cracking tan because, as most listeners probably like 5 listeners know, I didn't have a job for 9 months of this year. So sunbathing, had a little paddling pool. It was lovely. Drinking cocktails. Dream, really.
Excellent. Well, you might as well make good of the weather.
Definitely. I was having coffees in the garden. It was lovely. Compared to now where I think we're about to get snow. I feel it in my fingers.
Interesting. Well, there's certainly been... Well, we're recording this on Tuesday, as usual. And there's been a fair bit up north.
There has.
Where down here we tend to have it so it's just on freezing, which makes roads treacherous as it just freezes and unfreezes.
But actually, at the moment, there's not that many people on the roads. A lot of people working from home.
Yeah, that's very true. But,
wouldn't be the worst time to snow.
No, it wouldn't, to be honest.
Do you want to build a snowman?
Always like building a snowman. Or as we said before, an igloo. If you've got enough snow, build an igloo.
Give an igloo a go.
One of our Christmas top tips, I think that was. So the best discovery last year for me was the use of the Imperial Leather soap label. And that has transformed our shower. There's no two ways about it. Yep, because normally...
No soap stain.
Well, it's not soap stains. The soap gets stuck on the soap tray. So it gets to a size where you can't get it off easily. You have to prise it with your fingernails.
Yeah. And it gets all under your fingernails. It's horrible.
Yeah, it's not the worst thing to get under your fingernails, but it's not. So, yes, use of the soap, as long as you put it downwards and not upwards, absolutely brilliant. That is the discovery of possibly of the decade, to be honest. I was so impressed with that.
That says a lot about the amount you discover, if that's your discovery of the decade, is that there's a little sticker on the soap that stops it sticking.
Well, I do discover a lot, and that proportionally spend time in the shower that I don't spend anywhere else. So, that was pretty cool. And my top purchase for last year was a 360-degree camera.
Oh, yeah, you have got some cracking pictures with that, actually.
I have got some corkers. What I intended to use it for was to take pictures of the inside of classic cars. Unfortunately, due to the word that we're not going to mention, that's not been possible this year.
No.
So.
But you've got it, and you've had a nice practice run with it.
Quite a lot of practice, yes. Yes, I did take one at the allotment, and I hid in the shed while I took it. So it didn't have me looking gawping at the camera.
What you should do, I'm sure there's people that have done this, have ran behind it as it's going round, and you hide in a few different places, and then it's like a Where's Wally of...
No, it doesn't work like that at all. No, there's 2 lenses, one each side, with big fisheye lenses. So it doesn't. Nothing moves in it. So it takes 2 images and then stitches them together.
Oh,
so if you've got the software, you can move around and see what's in different bits moving around. It works really well on Facebook as well. If you upload it to Facebook, it knows about it. But if you have it as an image, well, you either get 2 fisheye images, or you can stitch it together to be like a long panoramic image.
Oh, yeah.
You see what I mean? So there's various bits that you have to do to get it...
Stitched.
Yeah, stitched and things, and a few bits of software that I still don't quite understand. But, yeah, very good, really good fun. And I took some when we had our Lions classic car parade. So I stuck it on one of the cars and drove through the village with that on. Unfortunately, what I hadn't realised is it kept switching off every 5 minutes. So I keep switching it back on again. But, again, I found that setting, so that's not going to happen again.
It's all trial and error, isn't it? It's the year of trial and error.
Well, it was a year, yes, lots of trial and error. Now, I don't do New Year's resolutions. I haven't for many, many years.
No.
I don't quite see the point, to be honest. If you're going to change something, do it before.
When you're ready to do it.
Well, at the point
when
you go...
think about doing it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I have none for today and the next 12 months.
I'm exactly the same. I think the only thing that would be nice, but it's not really a resolution, is it? Is to go out and do more and see more people and go on a few holidays, and that's not a resolution. That's
a wish. And,
a wish.
Yes.
One that hopefully comes true.
Well, it's out of our control to a degree. I had an interesting present for Christmas, which was a bottle of Laphroaig whiskey, which I quite like, and it came with a little leaflet, and each bottle comes with a square foot of the island where they distill it, which is interesting.
That is interesting.
Yeah, and they're quite happy, obviously not at the moment, but when...
For you to go and visit your little square foot?
Go visit your square foot of
How
turf.
cute is that? I like that idea.
Well, we can combine that with another North Coast 500 trip, which was superb. Maybe later this year, who knows?
Oh, yes.
Yes.
I forgot it was New Year's Day.
It is New Year's Day. I know it's Tuesday.
I had a moment. Yes. It's been, you know what, the week between Christmas and New Year, I don't know what's up, what's down, left, right.
Well, generally it's a bit confusing, but I think this year, or last year as it is now, it just made it 10 times worse. So.
Yeah, especially as I went back to work on Tuesday, so it felt like a Monday.
Yes.
I just don't know where I am. I'm only working 3 days this week.
And now it's New Year's Day, so yes.
Yeah. So who knows what's going on? You're not expected to come back down to earth until the second week of January anyway, really, are you?
January? That early? Blimey.
We're doing the Christmas decorations tomorrow.
How are you?
Yeah. You know, just get 2020 out the way. Done.
Yeah.
Decorations down. Nice and clean house.
Yeah. Wife of Grumpy likes to edge it as far as possible with the decorations.
Yeah. You've got a bit more space than us, though. The Christmas tree can hide in the back.
Very true.
At the moment, I can't get to any of my other shoes. I have Converses or plimsolls. They're my only choices.
Could be worse.
It could be worse.
Flip-flops or Wellingtons. Well, I suppose with Christmas over, then it's not going to be long before there's Easter stuff in the shops.
Easter's here. It's happened. I've seen it. No. Went to the shop after work to pick up a few little extra bits for dinner. Walking to the checkout and gazed, spotted in the corner of my eye, cream egg. And I love a cream egg, so obviously I'm going to see if there's a cream egg in a shop.
Yes.
And that's all I saw to start with. And then I looked down and there's all these little mini Cadbury's eggs. And I was thinking, no. And it's like they're eggs. And as I looked more and more, there was more and more. They've got like the caramel eggs, the button eggs, the big ones, like the Lindt ones. I was absolutely shocked.
That is incredible, isn't it?
It's
absolutely
not even,
astonishing.
well, the day I saw it, it's not even 2021 yet. We're not even in the new year. And there's Easter eggs.
Good heavens. I wonder if the date on them is long enough to last at Easter.
Well, it's chocolate, isn't it? It lasts quite a long time.
Yeah, I suppose it does, yeah.
But I guess just people wishing the start of 2021 away.
Well, I think maybe they hope that people will buy them and then eat them and then have to buy them
again. Which is obviously what everybody's going to do.
Yes.
I'd do that every year anyway. Or you wait till after Easter when they go on sale.
Well, possibly, yes. Yes. I mean, we've had an Easter egg hunt in the village for a number of years. Unfortunately, not last year. So hopefully we can have it this year. But I think Easter's quite early. I might be wrong. Or is it quite late?
I mean, I hope it's early, because if it's late and they're in the shops already, that's ridiculous.
Oh, Easter is the 4th of April. Or Easter Sunday is the 4th of April. So
it's quite early this year.
Yeah.
To be honest,
it
I'm not going to
moves by
lie.
about a month, doesn't it?
Everybody says it's early and late. I don't really know when Easter's meant to be.
It's something to do with the phasing of the moons. moons. We've only got one, haven't we?
So what planet do you live on?
Easter occurs on the first Sunday after the first full moon that occurs after the vernal equinox.
Okay.
I
forgot it's a podcast, no one can see my face. I'm like...
It was a picture.
I don't know what that means. But I thought Easter's to do with Jesus, and he didn't specifically say, the day I rose again is the first day after the full moon and the equinocky whateverness.
I think you're probably going down a rabbit hole here that we ought not to, in terms
Probably.
of religious dates.
I feel now Easter is also the start of spring. It symbolises the start of spring, so maybe that's why it's after the equinox.
Yeah, so it's the spring equinox, basically. So
it's symbolising the start of spring.
Yeah, so this year it's Saturday the 20th of March.
Oh, that makes sense then. That does make sense, I get it now. I won't know when it is, but I get it.
So do you know what the spring equinox is?
Do you know what? I feel like I do know this because of the film not Big Brother. Is it Big Brothers? Brother Bear, that's the film.
Yes.
And they have the spring equinox, and it's like when the first blossom blooms and then something like that.
Yeah, so it's the sun passing the equator rather, going north.
Yes.
So it will get to... Yeah, so it is the beginning of spring and summer, basically, in the Northern Hemisphere. So it's linked to that. Quite why Easter is tied to that and not a fixed date. There must be an explanation there. Maybe Davros knows.
Oh.
I had an a WhatsApp message from him over Christmas. A lot of trouble with his Wi-Fi and internet connection. Not a happy chappy.
You wouldn't be over Christmas.
Well, I think he may have exterminated a few router boxes and what have you. Well, that's it for our very short, to be honest, roundup of 2020 and some highlights that we've managed to pick out from a, quite frankly, dreadful year. We certainly hope 2021 is going to be considerably better and getting back to some sort of normality. So,
yes, definitely.
Wherever you are, whatever you're doing, Happy New Year, and as Dave Allen would say, may your God go with you.
I was going to finish off by saying Happy New Year, but the God go with you got me. I don't know where that came from. So Happy New Year, everyone.
I think the point was that Dave Allen, it was a agnostic message. So whoever you treat as God, whether it's a spirit creature or David Beckham, may he go with you.
God, David Beckham is my God for sure.
Well, hopefully he's outside the door right now.
He let me cross the road, actually, in Chelsea a few years ago.
Did he? What, were you on a zebra crossing?
Yeah. And
no, he's obliged to do that.
Well, no, but Victoria was in the car with him, the kids were in the back.
That doesn't make him a pedestrian killer, does it?
Well, I wasn't in the road. I was waiting patiently by the side of the road.
What we do is put a foot on the zebra crossing and it's your right of way. Which you would know if you read the highway code before.
I should have jumped on the car, really, and pretended that I got hit, and then they would have had to get out. And
then you'd be in prison.
I'm not going to lie, we've derailed. We were saying Happy New Year, and now we're talking about David Beckham hitting me with a car.
Yes. Well, let's draw a line. We'll carry on next week with something equally as banal. So that's it for this podcast. Thank you so much for listening. I would like to thank our sponsors, however we don't have any. If you're enjoying our rambling podcast and can spare a few pennies to help with our hosting costs, please head over to patreon.com/Lippy and Grumpy and also leave a good review or a bad one. If you have a topic you'd like covered, please leave us a message via our website, lippyandgrumpy.uk. So it's goodbye from me.
And goodbye from him.
Goodbye.